Tonight, we're going to feel with the music because we have most incredible, a beautiful lady here with us. And she's known, and she believes herself she is secret sister. Wow, what does that mean? She has most incredible talent. She has toured Russia many times. In Russia, she's known as Madonna, believe it or not. She can't go anywhere. Everybody grabbing her. Everybody want autographs. Everybody bring to her flowers and love. And she's written and recorded and performed many, many songs. If we are lucky, what do you say? We might ask her to sing with us tonight. But please help me to welcome Ruth McCartney. I'm sure you recognize that name. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, it's great. Yes, it's really
great
good.
to be here.
Yes. Okay. You're known as secret sister. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Well, my stepbrother is Paul McCartney, and lots of people say to me, oh, you know, even in stores, I write a check or something, and they say, McCartney, any relation to Paul? And I say, yes, he's my stepbrother, you know, and they say, no, he hasn't got a sister. I'm like, hello, I'm here.
I'm here.
Yes, I'm here to tell you.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's just kind of a little, it's a nickname that cropped up, and with going to Russia so much, and there's always various shifty guys in the background, you know, with the KGB glasses on, whatever. So they call me the KGB sister in Russia because it's you know, nobody's supposed to know I exist. So, but I'm here,
yes,
alive and well and living color.
Absolutely, and
I do
you're
exist.
breathing, you're singing, you're dancing, you're performing, and I mean, you just like a. Wherever you go, just everything is just a hit.
Wild woman, absolutely.
Yes. Wild woman. You know, when you start the music, I believe you start about age 4 years old playing the guitar.
Yep.
I mean, I started in martial art when I was age 7.
Wow.
You know, I have 12 uncles. So, you know, I mean, 8 uncles training in a martial art. You know, I said, wow, look at that, you know. That's so fascinating, you know. So, like, it's forbidden for women to do at that time. Right. But I did it. And you are 4. I mean, you usually play the toy and, you know.
Right. No, I've been a ham ever since. My grandmother always used to say, oh, don't open the fridge. If the light goes on, she'll start dancing. And, you know, if I had an audience of 1 was fine. And I used to have a big, almost this size, a big pencil. Yes. And I used to sing into it like it was a microphone.
Oh,
and, you know, they'd go, oh, look out now. And if anybody came to visit my mother, they couldn't have a conversation because I was like, shh, okay, concert. And I'd get on the table and I'd be doing, you know, my little dances and songs. And I started to learn piano first and then guitar and then ballet. And I got too tall for ballet. They threw me out because I'm a big piece of work and none of the guys could lift me. So I just kept on keeping on. And I really don't think that it's anything to do with being around the McCartney family. I was just
you're born with
just born
that
with
way
it.
somehow.
Right.
You know, so many people when they don't have any idea. Of course, the children, you know, they don't even thinking about it or performing. Even they're pursuing their dreams. But you have that dreams that you want to be a great singer.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, actually, singing was it was secondary. I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to express with lyrics issues that were not so often explored. Most songs are about love and boy meets girl and relationships and stuff, which is great. But if you're sitting in an office and you listen to the radio all day long, it's one thing after another. They're all you know, love songs. So I tried to start out by writing about the environment, writing about positive thinking, writing about women's issues, writing about sort of different stuff. Yes. And because it was sort of off the wall, we couldn't find the artist to sing it, so I said, well, I better learn to sing then and make my own album. So that's what I did.
How old were you the first time you made your album?
Oh gosh, I was considered to be old in the music business. I was 31.
31.
And I recorded an album.
What song you wrote the first time?
Oh boy, when I was 12 years old, I wrote
do you remember
my first song. No, not really. I mean, I little bits and pieces of it, but it's so long ago. It's 200 years ago. I'm old.
200 years ago.
And so yeah, no, I moved to Germany. I met and married a German guy and moved to Munich. And really, I mean, I couldn't speak German at that stage. I do now. And there was really not very much stuff I was good at. It's like one of our clients. I have a a company with my boyfriend and my mother. We build websites and do CD-ROMs and multimedia interactive stuff. And one of our clients is David Cassidy, the pop star from the Partridge Family, and he did a concert last night, and he was saying, you know, thank you all for coming, and I'm glad you like it, because I don't know how to do anything else.
Yes.
And that was, you know, that was really my case of, you know, I can type a little bit and I can cook okay,
Yes.
but really, that's, you know, I don't do very many things well, and I consider that
You know,
writing is pretty good.
So many people in their life, they're running into challenge, obstacle, difficulty, and especially you're a part of a very famous family.
Right.
You know, they're like only one
Yep.
star in that household,
That's
not
right.
two. And
That's
so
right.
you're always kind of shadowed by Paul McCartney. And that is mean that you have to face many pain and hurt and frustration.
Right. I mean, people
Yeah.
compare you all the time. They say, especially in the music industry, they'll say, well, you know, if you were any good, he'd be producing you.
Right. Yeah.
If you were good,
Yes.
he'd sign you up. Why are you coming to us? But
Yes.
I'm really just independent. I want to do it my way.
Yes.
But it can be done. I
Yes.
was, you know, Shirley MacLaine is the sister of Warren Beatty.
Right.
They're both very successful, but they're not compared. But you have to work at that.
Yes.
In their case, they look different and they have a different name. In my case, people have said to me, why didn't you change your name? And I did for a while. I changed it to Williams, just a nice generic name.
Just to have a to
Right.
be
But
your
then,
own.
I thought it was a disservice to my father because, you know, he adopted me and he gave me that name. And secondly, it just created a longer line in the press. Ruth Williams, who changed her name from McCartney so she wouldn't be compared to Brother Paul, comma, and then the piece.
This is always come back to McCartney.
Right,
McCartney,
right,
yes.
exactly. Ruth Williams, who doesn't want you to know her real name,
Yeah, but
is.
there's
but
McCartney.
the-
Yes.
It's like, oh, good grief. So, you know, just live with it. I mean, there's worse names to live with.
It's really actually recently I'm going through a lot about the people is the why you let change names and this isn't going through. But I think that's when we change our name, in some way we try to show through our action that I'm original.
Yes.
You know, I'm me.
Right.
I'm a driver in my life. I'm not passenger. I don't want to be the Paul McCartney passenger.
Right.
And you know, he's a successful
absolutely.
life and whatever. Yeah,
Oh, I'm too much of a control freak to be about anybody's business. That's why I hate flying. I was flying up here tonight and I was looking out the window going, I wish I had my pilot's license. I could just do this. You know?
Yes, right.
So yeah, no, I agree, and it has been difficult, and people say, oh, it's a blessing. It opens lots of doors for you and stuff, and it does. I mean, I wouldn't be sitting here tonight with you if, you know, in fact, if Patrick hadn't been surfing the internet looking for Paul McCartney,
yes.
right? But once you get in those doors, you have to try twice as hard to prove yourself.
Yes.
You really have to say, okay, great, I'm in here now, but look what I can do. And people expect songs like Yesterday and My Love, and you know, Paul has created such a standard as a writer that you really, I mean, obviously I'm never attempting to do bigger and better things. I mean, to be bigger than the Beatles would be impossible. But I just have to do it with as much integrity, as much love, as much honesty, and do the best I can do. I think that's all anybody can do.